I'm Ben Briscoe. Next year, North Carolina's Richard Burr is retiring from the United States Senate. The race to replace him is in full swing, so 2 Wants to Know is talking with the candidates to help to get you to know them better. Today, I went one-on-one with the presumptive Democratic nominee, former North Carolina Chief Justice Cheri Beasley. What issue keeps you awake at night?
Wow. There are probably several, but I would say probably childhood hunger. We know that before the pandemic, 1 in 5 children in North Carolina was hungry, and now we know 1 in 3 of children were hungry. For so many children, they received the meals for the day at school, and for the times when our schools were closed, that meant that somebody else had to step in order to make sure that these children were fed. And I also know that so many of our children fell into some gaps. We have over 1 million families in North Carolina that don't have access to broadband. So that means that a lot of children fell behind. A third of our third graders were left behind last year. That's a lot of our babies. And so I just know that I am fully committed to making sure that Governor Cooper has the kind of support and the partner that he needs in the United States Senate.
If you get to Washington, what is the first piece of policy that you're going to fight for?
We absolutely must secure and safeguard the constitutional fundamental right to vote. And I can tell you, with 49 states to include North Carolina, with voting rights under attack, we should all be deeply concerned. And with more than 500 pieces of legislation passed across this country, voting rights must be secured. And I hope it happens before I have the opportunity to be in Washington, but it certainly would be a priority.
Make your final pitch to voters. What do you want them to know?
So many people in this state are disillusioned by the divisiveness happening in Washington. I am the candidate who's going to fight hard for One North Carolina, to make sure that I'm fighting hard for the kinds of policies that people care deeply about, around access to healthcare and climate change and education and good paying jobs and so much more. And I'm very honored to have the privilege to be able to offer myself as a candidate at this time.
I also reached out to the Republican candidates, Pat McCrory, Ted Budd, and Mark Walker. We've given them a standing offer to sit down and chat so you at home can get to know them better.